All right, Jimmy. 2 sessions, a lot of kids, a lot of positive, but more than anything, you were right. This was built around life skills, situations. Basketball is just what you use to pay for school, and that's all you use it for. I hope they got that. And the one person that you had talking this week, and I'm sorry I was busy at the time. I wasn't here to hear Luke talk to him because he's straight up with him. He don't be joking around about what can happen because he done been through it all and he's seen it all. How did session 2? We talked about finish up on session 1, and then we'll get on with session 2.
Session 1 it set the tone, and many of the college coaches, many of the people around the entire city were talking about the Southwest Exposure Games because people were anxious to see what was it going to be like. You know, is it going to live up to the hype? Is it going to be good? Are there going to be players there? And all those questions goes from the outside of the wall. You know, because now, today's social media and age that we live in. So it passed the test. And the second session was basically you're playing with house money in regarding to the perception of the camp. Well, the second session, we had 97 players. We only had 18. That was 8 players a team, and one team had 13 players. We ended up getting hurt during the drills, so luckily we had 12 players per team before we even started playing. We maxed out pretty much on all of our jersey uniforms. The energy level that these young men brought, that's one of the things that makes the camp go, the energy. They provided enough energy to reciprocate it all through the building. It was well received. The parents, they loved all of the speakers. We paid attention to fine detail. You're talking about a camp. Whereas on the second day, we let everybody in free after lunch. The way it was set up initially, if you paid to get in the first day, you got in the second day free. We thought about it. Well, you know what? Let's just let everybody in free after lunch. The parents got to eat free on the first day. We ran out of food on the second day. We couldn't give them free on the second day. We ran out of food. Understand, little bitty things of detail.
Yeah, I got.
We made sure that all of the kids ate with a fucking knife each meal. Home cooked, catered meal.
That's different.
Little bitty things that we paid attention to the detail. We had a certified trainer, courtesy of Robert R. Sports Medicine and Rehab, on premises to ice the kids, to take the kids, to be. That's the paying attention to detail. Little bitty things like that is what make the camp. All the games are streamed live for those who couldn't make it there, courtesy of ePlay. Analytics were provided to the college coaches who were watching the game that weren't able to be here. The stats, box scores are provided on the ePlay site for those who weren't able, or those who were want to get that box scores. We didn't have score sheets. We had box scores that was electronic. Little bitty things. And every single instructor that was with the teams was a high school coach. Remember, not a summer coach. And they might have been some summer coaches too, but they were high school. That was their day job, was a high school coach.
That's different.
That's very different. The little bitty things, that the details that were incorporated into this camp. And all of the speakers that spoke, they didn't speak in a gym setting while your parents are sitting there with your butts numb from sitting on the bleachers. They spoke in an auditorium where the ambiance is better and fitted for a speaker. Little bitty things, details. And we didn't keep them in the gym all day long. We didn't run them through 8 hours of drills. They had 2 hours of drills the first day. They played one game the first day, 2 games the second day. Wrapped the games around a meal, around lunch. Little bitty things of detail that went into this providing this camp. The Shannon Holmes from Channelview High School, he was spectacular in assembling his team of instructors. Henry Sims was spectacular in assigning the lineup of speakers. Rick Nelson and then myself, we handled all of the administrative details about the camp. Then Yates High School. What
Once
do you say
again,
about that?
once
Open
again,
their
that's all I'm
doors.
saying. Once again,
Open their doors to believe in the concept that this thing was going to be something powerful. This camp that went. We wasn't competing with the NCAA camp, but guess what? It goes head to head. No matter how you try to slice it up, we went head to head with the NCAA with this camp.
yep.
And guess what? When the smoke cleared, people won't forget about the Southwest Exposure Camp, and that's what it's all about. And the diversification, I'm sorry, of this camp was just remarkable. No, out of the 8 teams, no team had more than 5 seniors. No team had less than 3 kids from out of town. No team had more than 4 underclassmen, like 9th graders. No more than 4 10th graders. It was a collective balance, and I ensured that every team had a great balance of height. That's how they were assembled, from the smallest to the tallest. Every team was equally comprised with that in mind. Remember, once again, paying attention to detail. That was, it's little bitty things like that is what helped make this camp a memorable event. So, once again, all we can do is thank the city for coming out and supporting, and which they did. People came from all around.
Speaking of all around, one parent just came up to congratulations before they headed out of town.
She go back to
Mississippi, and she's leaving late. And trust me, I've made that drive this late in the day. And you've been out here all in the gym pretty much with your child and all.
Yeah.
What was the furthest you had anybody to show up for here, either session 1 or session 2?
Well, we had Arkansas and Mississippi, or the 2, and we had Oklahoma. So those were, I don't know which parts.
Those are all 9.
I don't know which parts of the state.
Yeah, those are all 8 to 9 hours away driving short.
Yeah.
That ain't bad.
Yeah, that ain't bad. And once again, we'll be back next year. Once again, the Southwest Exposure Camp. We just follow us on social media, and just look it up, SW Exposure Camp, and on Twitter. We're looking to actually, believe it or not, we're going to improve it next year. We're going to improve. And
I know you will.
And trust me, we're going to.
I know you will.
The talent level was great. This thing, I'm telling you, the only thing that I hate is wherever the NCAA camp is next year, you can rest assured the Southwest Exposure Camp is going to be right near it. If it's at U of H, we'll be at Yates. Wherever they go, we go. Because know what? There's a high school in every city. And there's going to be a high school that's going to embrace having the opportunity to become a platform for the youth to showcase their talents in front of college coaches. And understand, this camp enables the minority to become the majority. And that is, are there more non-Division I players or Division I players? Which is there more of? It's more non-Division I. Think about it. It's more have-nots than haves.
That's true.
So we're enabling the non-Division I coaches to be able to come into this camp and evaluate the player. D1 coaches can't come. But there's D1 players here. So think about the aha today. Guys, this thing is going to be special. Don't forget, we'll be back next year at the Southwest Exposure Camp, and I'm telling you, and I thank you guys again for paying attention to it and covering it, and we can't say enough to that.
Jimmy, that's what I do. It ain't a whole lot of us around here doing something positive, for sure, and especially in this business, and somebody's got to cover it. I make the choice. I work for me, so it's always a good deal. All you gotta do is make the notice, get the information out. I'm gonna find a way to get there.
I appreciate it, man. Thanks a bunch, man.
All right, reintroduce yourself for folks that literally that stand in the cave or whatever and don't know who you are, and tell them about the chop shop and all and everything.
Well, of course, Jim Hicks is my name, guys. I'm called right now with the Software Exposure Camp, and of course, RCS SPORTS is what I found. We cover all the great Houston high school basketball. That's rcssports.com, the website. And don't forget, every Monday through Thursday on the Power 101.5 FM, the Chop Shop, your midday sports happy hour. That's where pretty much we talk primarily about amateur sports, but we cover a lot of the pro stuff as well. But at the same time, that is indeed your midday sports happy hour, the Chop Shop. You can watch us live via Facebook. Simply type in Chop Shop HTX on your Facebook page, and you can watch us live as well as interact with a lot of the viewers from all over the world on the Chop Shop. That's Monday through Thursday, 12 to 2 p.m. Central Time. Catch the Chop Shop with myself, Jim Hicks, alongside Robert Adder. And guess we're going to talk a lot about not just only the Software Exposure Camp, but a lot of camps from around the country as well from this past weekend. It's going to be quite a sight. You don't want to miss that. Chop Shop. See you guys later.
And this is Jerry Lee Willard Jr., the College Sports Report, finishing out.